Hi YouTubers, it's Amelia Gilla Duval here. Let's just get right into it. I want to talk to you about simplistic living. You know, simplistic living means that you're doing the very minimal as far as what you have to live on. Let's talk about not spending beyond your means. Um, let's talk about your life in general and how you see it. If you watch any of the last of my videos, it's always been telling you to write down what you're spending your money on so you can see where your money's going. I did this I always did this with my 19-year-old. Like, I'd always give him allowance, and then I would, I gave him a card that attached to my account, which I would put money in his weekly account, and then I would see where his money is going, so I could see, how much fast food he's intaking, how much, he's putting gas in his car, if he's listening to iTunes, whoever was taking out of this account, I was monitoring, so I could monitor exactly where his money was going. So I was always in monitoring him and his money. Well, my son is very good at his money now, so I don't have to monitor him about how he spends his money, because I saw where his money was going. I knew exactly what his plan was. I knew exactly how much money he had and what he needed to sustain him for the week. I've got people that I know that give their children lots of money, and I never understood that, because I kept saying that's just and the children would just waste a lot of money on things that were not useful to the child, if that, even if I'm talking about the food, that they were eating, because some of the food was just terrible that they were eating, and I often wonder, health wise, how do we keep our children safe from predators and all these things that happen to them. We try to keep them safe from gangs and drug activity, but the food industry, we just let the children go in and have at it. And that is, believe it or not, I'm going to say this, that's one of the most dangerous areas in the world. It's a dangerous area, because what you eat will foresee your future. I mean, we want to say a whole lot of other stuff, but what we consume is going to show up. It's going to show up years from now. If you consume a lot of fatty contents, a lot of food that's unhealthy for you, it's going to show up in your later life. So you need to be concerned about what they're eating and where they're eating and what time they're eating it. So all these things are important, people. We act like the small things aren't very important, but these things are truly important. So, I mean, you have to talk to your children about good hygiene, good health, brushing your teeth twice a day. You think these things are small, but these things are monumentous, because the less time you spend in doctor's offices and dentist's office, and the better the quality of your life. That's just the truth. I mean, we can tell you a whole bunch of other shit, but that is the truth. So I'm coming to you telling you that you have to be mindful of your health. That is priority one. Everything else, I don't understand. You can play games with a lot of shit. Your cars, people will put the finest shit in their cars. I mean, they will go all out, spend crazy amounts of money on their cars, and on their pets, but they're eating like shit. That makes no sense to me. That makes no sense to me, because the finest tool you have is yourself. It's me. It's who we are. So why would you go and spend, thousands of dollars on shit that's not going to do you any good? That's just getting you from point A to point B. But again, this is what we do as people. So I'm here to try to inform you that your health should be priority one. Good hygiene, just thinking about where you're going to be getting up in the morning, taking a nice shower, just getting yourself ready for your day. It helps you. Think about in your mind where you want to be. See yourself there, and then go and do it. This is how I did it. This is how I got to this point, people. I did things that most people didn't want to do. Was just get up early, go to bed late, complete tasks that I have set up for myself, have a goal plan. I mean, health should be your priority. It should be a priority for you. And it should be one of the things that you take seriously. It should be one of your priorities, and you take it fully, and just say, hey, I'm going to take. You got to put both hands on the gear. You can't just be wishy-washy about your health, because it will come back and bite you in the ass in your future, and you don't want that. You want to live a wonderful, meaningful, purposeful life. And that's what I'm here to try to tell you. I'm here to try. I come to you, I'm saying I'm a financial guru. If your health isn't together, your finances mean nothing. It won't mean anything to you, because you really got to have that health together. There's no getting around that. There's no getting around that. So we play these games about this and that. You know, it's you have to think about your health. You have to be mindful that your health is the most important thing. There's no getting around that. There's not. So again, I come to you. My videos are usually financially driven, but it's always in the mind, in the body. Spirit health is the most important. You have to have the right spiritual mind to get you financially where you want. You need to have the right spiritual mind to get you where you want to be, because the one thing about, you know, the Creator God, he doesn't care. If you focus on good, He's going to give you good. That's how He works. You can focus on bad, He's going to give you bad. It doesn't, you know, good and evil works hand in hand, people. There would be no good if you had no evil. They both work hand in hand. So God doesn't care what you plant in that seed in your head. He doesn't. If you plant corn, or if you plant nightshade, it doesn't care. Nightshade is a poison, but He doesn't care. If you fertilize the soil, both crops will grow. So you've got to know what you're planting in your head. You have to have a planned goal of where you want to be in life, where you see yourself. I saw myself here. I saw myself teaching and motivating and giving you all this positive feed. This is where I've always seen myself. I've always known that this is who I was. For 27 years, I was pretending to be a UPS driver. I was everywhere I went, I was always motivating people. I was always having meaningful conversations. So I have been practicing this for 27 years. I just stopped. I just told myself that I no longer wanted to play the game. I said, listen, I'm not playing anymore. This is who I am now. This is who I've always been. And I was afraid, because you're afraid to jump off the cliff. You're afraid to just put yourself out there. You're afraid to be who you really are. You know, I've been like, oh, I'm going to just pretend to be this person. I wasn't that person. I was Amelia Gillard Duvall, motivational speaker, financial guru, someone telling you that life gets a lot better when you put the right tools in that beautiful brain, when you use the books you read, you empower yourself to be a better person. We don't have to live like this, like we live in all this misery and unhappiness that I see. It doesn't make any sense. When I look on the YouTube videos and I see celebrities and people who make millions of dollars and they're talking about they're unhappy, it doesn't make any sense. It's something in their mind. It's something in their mind, but it's something that they have to deal with. So they can come to me, they can ask me, they can get, you know, give me some information. They can talk, because a lot of times people just feel disconnected from the world. They feel disconnected. I mean, we have all these Instagram and Facebook and all these friends and all these likes and all, but you are disconnected sometimes. And your disconnect will show up in the middle of the night or on Sundays when no one else is around and everybody's with their families. You'll find that bars are filled with lonely and hurt people. And no one goes in there and say, hey, listen, your life can be a lot better if you put your hand out and ask for some help, or if you read some information and get some help. Because everybody wants to be loved and touched and felt. You know, that's how it works. Everybody wants love and affection, people. Nobody doesn't. I mean, everybody wants love and affection. We just don't give it anymore. It's sometimes, I mean, we give it, but it's, we find ourselves with these tools, with these beautiful devices, our cell phones, and we're like always watching these Instagrams and these Snapchats and these lives that people are living, and we think this is where we want to be and this is who we are. Listen, people, no matter what, you want to live the best life that is a real life, not something fake, not something that you're putting out there to make you feel better, but something that is real, not imitation. It's an imitation of life. People are pretending to be happy when they're unhappy. Some people are, not everyone. So, happiness comes from within. I can't make my mate happy. I can't. He has to be happy for his own self. All I can do is add to his happiness, because I'm not going to make him miserable. If I'm going to make your life miserable, then I will leave. So, happiness is within. It's always been within. It will always be within. So, that's real. That's a real. So when I see these, celebrities and just when my financial advisor tells me that millionaires are somewhere, sometimes they're not happy. I'd like for them to talk to me about that. Tell me about your unhappiness. Tell me what makes you unhappy, and see if I can help. Because sometimes you just need to sleep, the appropriate amount of sleep. You have the right nutrients in that beautiful body of yours, and you have to accept life as it is. And reality has been so distorted and so mixed up that people don't know what is real anymore. So we have all this stuff on television that thinks that that's reality, and then that's why I tell you, the news sometimes can be very depressing. And like friends of mine watch the news and then they're depressed, or they're hurt. They have all this anxiety because the news is terrifying. It is terrifying. They don't promote something good. They promote the bad stuff because people pay attention to the bad. But the good is here. Humans are basically great people. They really are. They need love and affection like the earth needs love and affection. We don't give enough love and affection. So, again, I'm Amelia Gilla Duval, your financial guru. I put these videos out here. I know you're going to say some stuff, and I don't mind. I really don't. I just want to make your life better. So every time I see women or men and they look truly unhappy, I go overboard with the love and affection. And Kenny's always telling me, he's like, girl, you just way too, he tells me I'm way too much extra, but I don't think I'm extra enough. Sometimes I should be even more extra, because some people need extra, a whole lot of extra, and that's just the truth. But again, it's Amelia Gilla Duval. It's Tuesday, the 20th of June, and again, I come to you telling you the real. This is real. Your health, good hygiene, brushing your teeth twice a day. That's real. These pearly whites didn't get white because I've been, it is because I utilize my toothbrush. I really do. I love brushing my teeth. I love the feel of it. So I love cleaning my body. I love being clean, it makes you feel good, smell good. It's a wonderful experience. I don't understand, use all those bath soaps and all that stuff. It's just wonderful. It's what God created. It's a beautiful thing. So again, here I am telling you about your health. Be mindful of what you put in. Utilize the pyramid, people. Use the fruit and vegetables. It's wonderful. It's good for your body. It's good for your spirit, your mind, your hair, your teeth. Everything's going to love it. So, again, Amelia Gilla Duval coming to you. I give you these videos. Hopefully you get it. So, anyway, thanks. Bye.